saying, SG Suryah, what a travesty. Forget political differences. How can somebody live like this? Is it not there on their conscience? And how can political establishment not go after somebody who preys on the poorest of the poor?
This is a very unfortunate, like policy, absolute video evidence case along with the name, so it is not very difficult to find out who's the culprit and other things. But unfortunately, in the last 1 year after this government has come, we have seen n number of people trying to self-immolate in front of either the collector office, either the police station, or etc. This has been continuously taking place. Today there was a case. A woman with a child tried to self-immolate herself in front of the collector office. And unfortunately, in many of the incidents, there is some linkage to the ruling party functionaries. I'm sorry to say, but the state government has failed absolutely in law and order. And also, if any complaints are lodged against the ruling party councillors, ministers, etc., there are no actions taken. The very same chief minister has promised before the elections and also on the floor of the assembly that even if his own party members do any corruption or do any law and order crime, they will be booked and they will be held accountable. But unfortunately, we are not seeing it.
Sumanth Raman, I have to put this on record. We have repeatedly requested the DMK to participate, but they have not participated in this debate. But I just hope that the ruling disposition takes cognizance of the fact, Sumanth Raman, that this man, this criminal, is still at large. He's not been pressed, he's not behind bars, he's just been suspended.
Anand, first of all, such incidents of demanding bribes are quite common in Tamil Nadu. They are nothing new. And people have also sort of accepted it as that is the way it will be. Now, the point here is that not just in this particular case, but in multiple cases we have seen that this particular government has significant amount of reluctance in taking action against government servants, whether they be from the police force or whether they be from the other government official cadre. Now, this is a problem because you had the case of the judicial custody deaths, and it took enormous amount of pressure before they actually arrested the culprits in the Vignesh judicial death case, judicial custody death case. Now, the point that I'm trying to make is that the government must not only act but must be seen to be acting firmly against people who are accused. You cannot, and this is the same party that made a huge hue and cry when it was in the opposition for several such instances.
Yeah.
And now, when they are in power, one expects them to take firm action. Now, nobody is laying this at the DMK's door. The DMK or the chief minister or any of the senior leaders of the party are not directly in any way responsible for what has happened. But they are responsible for taking necessary action to bring the culprits to book. And the longer they delay on each of these instances, and we've seen 4 or 5 instances, we saw the Lavanya case where the district administration within 24 hours said, no, it is not a conversion angle, nothing is there and all that. So we have seen, then we saw in the the police custody deaths case, now we are seeing here the reluctance to take firm action against government staff will have to go. Otherwise, this government is not going to get a good name, going forward.
No, see, I'll tell you, you are saying that you have to at some level accept, accept corruption that it exists. Let's say I disagree with your argument. Let's say.
One second.
Let's say
this is not new. I would
I
not
understand.
blame the DMK party for it. Or
what I am
Chief
trying to
Minister
say is
for
in this system, you are saying that there is corruption and it exists and somewhere people have accepted it. I may disagree with the fact that we are accepting corruption as a norm, but I may say, all right, it's a prevalent system. But my issue, sir, is that who are you preying on? You are preying on those people who have nothing to give. They are themselves waiting, looking at a central government scheme and in 32,000 rupees as an
milking money of government schemes is the oldest trick in the book
No,
in
but-
India,
but,
and it
sir,
happens across all states.
No.
The
That's
poorest
not.
of the
No. You
poor
can't
are the
brush
worst
that, sir. When
affected by
people are
corruption.
committing suicide and you are getting to the
I
level that
know.
you are going to take 50% of the installment of the first
there are
installment of
people-
32,000 rupees, and he's taken
there
away
are-
15,000 rupees, sir. Then this person needs to be made
There
an
are
example
people who
of
are
because
taking- who are
sir.
taking
No, because I can't
Anand.
I can't turn around and say, oh, he took extra money. He just perhaps chewed off too much of that person's flesh. That person could not live. So yeah, so
The
it's
point
too
is,
bad.
Anand,
I'll just suspend him for 2-3 months, and this person can. This guy is a criminal. This person's a criminal for me. This person
Absolutely.
does not deserve to remain
I
in
don't
not just
expect
remain in
strict
office.
action to
He
be
does not
taken.
deserve to remain a free person because this is abetment to suicide. And that's what he should be booked under. But as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, SG Suryah, before I go to Sriram Sheshadri, even an FIR has not been filed against him.
Yes, absolutely. See, that is why our state president today has visited the district. So if it is like every time when my state president, Mr. Annamalai, should raise a voice for anything, and only after that the state government will take action on it. I think it is unfortunate, and Mr. Annamalai cannot be everywhere. And it seems the state government is only fearing Mr. Annamalai, so he cannot be there everywhere. Anand, this is not the only case, Anand. There are instances of even police officers in the state who could not bear the torture of the ruling party office bearers, and they have even committed suicide. One case happened in Vellore in last December. So this is not new phenomenon. The corruption and the party members giving to the government officials, bureaucrats, police officers, it is mind-boggling. You have seen one instance.
Sir,
where
you are taking a cut or a percentage. I do not subscribe to it, but from somebody who's moneyed and able is something which perhaps in a society or in a particular culture it is okay, Mr. Sriram Sheshadri. But these are the poorest of the poor. They are just dreaming of a pakka ghar on their house, roof on the top of their heads and certain level of security and dignity. You've taken their life away. You're taking their right to dignity away, right to liberty away, and right to government schemes, public funds.
Good evening, Anand. First and foremost, before I go into that, I want to thank you for bringing this into the national arena, because unfortunately, this incident, not just this incident, but several incidents that Suryah and Sumanth talked about, has not been even discussed or debated in the Tamil Nadu media. It's very disgusting to feel that this is happening. This is happening in our state, and then the fourth estate is turning a blind eye or even just covering up for that event. Even to the extent when Lavanya case happened, the media here in Tamil Nadu challenged that there is no conversion angle. But here, thanks for taking this topic so that it takes a national attention. And many such occasions when national media picked it up, the government started acting a bit. It's very unfortunate. This Manikandan, very young person, has to lay his life. Very unfortunate. But definitely, this officer does not deserve to be a free person. He should be brought to books. More than that, no such incident should happen again. And how this government is going to ensure that is a big question, because the government and the party functionaries are hand in glove. Police are not allowed to they are not allowed to act even if they want to. And many interferences at every government functionaries are happening from this party.
And in this case,